All right, all right.
Hey, 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 hey. It's
Hey,
been a long time.
I know it.
It seemed like it's been a long time. How long has it been?
Probably about a month and a half, maybe.
Yeah, at least.
Have it been a
Time.
month? It's been
It's
a minute.
been, I think it's been about a month. Your time be flying, shit.
Life has been life. Hey, Corey.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
What's up, C Wizzle? Nah, your last name ain't Wizzle. C
What
Dizzle.
you call?
She don't gave me one, man.
Man, I made you up a name. See what?
I said C
Say
Wizzle,
I'm
but
a
his last
It's
say
name
I'm a
started with a D.
you were like I'm a adorn you with this shit today, goddamn.
okay. Oh, your new
I
name.
I ain't talked to you in a long time.
Man.
What he say? I ain't see you in a while. Yeah, you
Man, is
did.
it? You
That's
good?
great. Okay, so on tonight's episode of Fuck Your Thoughts, we're going to be talking about oppression in detail. We will speak on the following in regard to oppression, characteristics of oppression, forms of oppression, the pillars of oppression, oppressive behavior, root causes, tactics that are used for oppression. And as a group, we will conclude with actions and thought processes that can be used to eradicate oppression. And as usual, we will talk our sass, get off task, crack a few jokes in our West Tennessee lingo. I feel like I was on a commercial. Wait, but do I sound like popcorn salad because my computer keeps saying poor?
Nope, you do
Nah,
not.
you sound clear.
You
Okay.
sound good. You sound good. Hey, before we get started, Corey,
Okay.
I seen where it was a tornado in Colorado. Was it close to you?
Was that today or this has
No, this
been
was
some
last week, and
Yeah.
it was last week, and they was tripping because it was in Colorado, and that shit was like in between some mountains, and it fucked up some shit big time. And they was like, we don't never had no tornadoes in Colorado.
Colorado, we had the
Oh yeah,
tornado.
yeah. That was last week or whatever. But yeah, that was like southwest of here. So like it
Oh,
wasn't in East Colorado. That's where Denver is and shit.
okay. I was wondering, but still though, that's not normal.
Nah, it's not. They really, because of them being in the corridor of other mountains, they don't really get tornadoes and shit. They get hail out here for sure. But like tornadic weather is not
Mm-hmm.
really something that's common.
Okay. I was just wondering. I was like, damn, well, I hope Corey would it ain't say your area, so I figured it would if it had been closer, they probably would have said it and made like a big deal
Yeah.
about
Oh shit, yeah, these folks would have made all type of noise, man. Have Denver would have been struck by a damn tornado.
it.
Yeah, they probably would have been crazy. They would
Okay.
have acted real crazy. So, are we doing
Hmm.
our usual things?
Yeah,
Like, are
we
y'all
can do our usual.
okay? Well, you can.
You want
You
me to
can
start
go.
off with a my definition?
Yeah, cause I need no. You like your word of the day and stuff.
Yeah, my word of the day. Okay, so we're talking about oppression. So just gonna give the Merriam-Webster definition of oppression, and it is unjust or cruel exercise of authority or power, something that oppresses, especially in being an unjust or excessive exercise of power, and then a sense of being weighed down in mind or body, which is a depression. Hmm.
Sure.
Okay.
Right.
So
I didn't know.
that make. I mean,
That makes hella sense.
yeah, that's what I.
I could say
Make it
depression. I was like, damn, I ain't never put depression with oppression, but I guess shit.
I mean, it's the opposite, is it not? Basically.
Or it's the same shit. Depression and oppression, shit. Depressed. It had
Yeah.
to do
I
with the
don't think
mind.
it
So
being
oppression
opposite.
of the
That wasn't
mind.
even the right word. I said that
Huh?
wasn't even the right word. I said that wasn't
That's
even
the
the right word.
insane. I know you have to say you said the opposite. I was like, shit, they the same thing. It's just depression is the oppression of your mind, mental form, mental state.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have a new deck.
Okay,
And it's the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle deck by the same lady as the relationship ones.
okay,
But
Word.
okay,
I pull transition,
okay.
and it says the frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence in our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. So basically, let's not be oppressed. Let's transition to something else,
For sure.
Exactly.
in my opinion. So that's crazy how these words be falling in and these cards be falling in together. Well, it's really not crazy. I'm gonna stop saying that and stop doubting shit.
Right, because
But
it's all by it's coincident. It's not coincidental.
it ain't even coincidence. This shit is bound to happen. I just
Yeah, I
want to
can
say.
say it ain't coincidental. It's supposed to happen.
I don't
It's
Yeah.
think
around
nothing
now.
is a coincidence. At this point in my life, I don't think anything is a coincidence. Yeah, I feel like
Yeah, I know.
it's supposed to happen how it happens.
Exactly. They
Whether you
coincidence give you hope and make you think like, oh well, I could have coincidence pacifies
you did exactly
you
what
not
was
making.
supposed to happen.
Yeah, and it makes it feel like you made even though you didn't agree with whatever decision or whatever outcome. When you say
It's still
coincidental,
working.
it kind of it yeah, it's giving a scapegoat. It's like, well, this was a
I think it's
coincidence.
giving you like this false, like not. I don't know if faith is the right word that I'm looking for, but like coincidence
A
kind of
false
falls into that mystical. Oh well, this did. Oh, by coincidence, I happen to whatever, or the
it,
same way somebody might say, uh, the devil is doing this. I think all that kind of
it
fall
takes
into the
away
same.
accountability. It takes away accountability
Yeah,
because now you like, well, this happened by coincidence. Like, really, it
this
makes you feel
shit
like, well,
happened
really, it
because
wasn't
it was
supposed to
supposed
happen.
to.
Yeah.
Right.
So it allows you to take away what happens based off of what the fuck you do.
Exactly. I done dropped this earring way down off in the bottom of my couch. I ain't gonna never find it
You probably ain't- I'm
till
sitting
I
outside, baby. I ain't at work tonight, and I'm getting ate the fuck up.
by mosquitoes.
Yes, bro.
Hey, I seen this thing where it said if you put coffee grains and eucalyptus or something like that and burn it,
Yep.
that
It
it'll
warns
keep
off
the
mosquitoes and
mosquitoes
shit.
away.
I
Yeah.
believe it. I need some. I used to dab a little citronella or oil on my skin, but I forgot to. I
What
just get
happened
ate
to
the
that
fuck.
little? I remember that little oil you made. We came up there. They had the your bug repellent oil you made with the coconut oil,
Hey, coconut oil, neem,
and
and
it worked
citronella.
good.
I know. Now I ain't even making shit. I just get some citronella essential oil, put that shit on my pulse points, and I don't get bit.
Okay, because skip fuck out it. Ain't nobody get time to be doing all that extra
Right.
shit.
Let me just dab this shit. They talking about put it with a carrier. Carry these
Sometimes
nuts.
niggas in they mouth from the bed. God, that was extra, wasn't it? Be like,
We got word on the street from C
Corey
Dizzle.
got word on the street. Not see this.
To, to be totally honest with you guys, I am illy prepared or whatnot. I'm just here, and but next time but next Sunday I will be prepared though. I
Oh,
apologize.
it's
Sorry.
cool.
Oh no,
Sometimes you just
you
need to
good.
be here.
Sometimes you just need to be here for real. Damn, that
And
was the
that's
same
just
thing.
Man, and it's just being present. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Right now in my life, I'm trying to practice presence and just being where I am, bro.
And enjoying the
Because
moment. That's what I'm
yes,
working on.
yes, because
Just-
my whole life I've been looking for the next moment.
Right.
And be on edge doing this shit.
Man, be on
I'm,
eggshells, edge, anxiety. My adrenaline's probably just all fucked up.
it be like that. I'm tell you what I did today. Well, I didn't do it by myself. So, yesterday, me and my kids went to, nah, maybe it was Friday. We went to a thrift, to one of these little local thrift stores, and we just close out, like walk down the aisle on your size, and then put your hand out, and then somebody say stop, and whatever you picked is what you gotta wear.
Yeah.
So we put our little outfits and stuff on today, and went out to eat with it on. Man, it was so much. It was fun to me because all it was teaching my kids. Like, it was an opportunity for me to have fun with them and create a memory, but also
Mhm.
showing them that, like, it's okay, that sometimes you just got to get what you can, and like the clothes don't make you. You make the clothes, and to
Yeah.
have
Then,
confidence in whatever you
then
doing. And hell, that shit was, it was funny to me. Like, but it didn't even really look that bad once we put everything together. Jakala was fucked up about hers, but it, that was that Capricorn in her. She was like, "Bruh," I was laughing so hard. I just had fun. I've been laughing so hard for about a month. That's all I've been doing, is just laughing. Like, cause for what?
Oh, that's
then it
good.
I,
also
that
in
was
the
a good,
basic.
huh?
My bad. Nah, I was just gonna say in the basic form of it though, you was teaching them humility or whatever. You feel me? Like
Yes,
so,
Mhm.
like, that was dope.
it was fun. Yeah, I think it was. I put it on my Snapchat. That shit funny. It was funny to me. I think kids are hilarious. Jamila was out for it, but Kyla was like, man, I don't know. She was cool with it till she had to put that shit on. Then she was like, I don't want to wear this. And it's about accountability because that's what I told her. I said, you agreed to come and participate in this activity. So since you agreed, I bought the little stuff. So you're gonna wear it, and you're not gonna push. She tried to put a pullover over it, and I was like, "No,
You
you.
gotta
This
wear
is what
it.
you have to wear it. Like this. This
Now,
is part
what
of
we gonna do?
right. We're gonna follow through and finish." That shit was so funny.
Sound like a teacher,
Kids
Corey.
funny.
Because
What
hey,
he say?
how I just said that is how I talk to adults out here. Hell, for real,
Man,
you gotta
see
talk to
here.
them sarcastically, but I'm being dead ass with you.
That's serious.
Man,
Say it
I'ma
again, Corey.
laugh, but
What
shit,
you had
I'm
to
for
say
real
to him?
as hell.
What you had to
That's
hit him
not
with,
what we're
Corey?
gonna do. That's not what we're gonna do. But
At all.
we're gonna continue with the mission ahead.
Yeah, and that's crazy that you have to say that to ground people like that, but people don't be knowing.
Shit,
Or
Nah,
people
either
don't.
they'll try to get over on you, one of the two.
People be knowing. People just don't be giving a fuck.
They don't. I have come to the conclusion that
Some
everybody is
people
in
give
their
more
own
fucks
little
than
bubble.
others. Let's just put it that way.
If I care about you, I will, but most people are in their own little bubble in their own little world. And if my world just so happens to collide with yours, if I care enough, then I'll be open to it. And I think that's how most people are. Some people
Hmm.
just grew up on like survival versus love. So if I'm still in my bubble of survival, then I'm gonna take
Yeah.
instead of, some reciprocal activity. In my That's my opinion from what I have
Yeah, motherfuckers
seen.
grow up
Just
in love and still be damn taking, taking, taking. Shit, it's just I think your
they
life
do.
experiences shape how you respond to others. And we live in a society now where it's a take, take, take. Because it hadn't always been like this. This is some
They
recent.
haven't. The shit is horrible, bro. It's like, what in the fuck is going on?
Yeah, this is some
And I
recent.
think the
Like,
more social media gets, like the more people.
And
The
I
more
think
you
we're
do
too connected.
social,
Social media makes you too connected to everybody that you forget,
exactly,
like, we really ain't connected. We connected by a
it's not
fucking
connected.
computer.
And what you think does not fucking matter. Like I don't care what you think. I really
Or
be wanting to see
our connectedness
horrible
on a
horror shit. Like I don't give a fuck.
or
But
our connectedness on a computer does not transmute into connectedness in person and
No,
personal
of course
skills
not.
and interpersonal
technology versus
relationships.
emotional shit.
Yeah,
Right. So you're
Yeah,
not getting the real feel. And a lot of kids are growing up and they're not understanding the difference in actual interaction with between two humans versus interaction with a computer. Two
honestly,
that's
different
why.
things.
right.
That's
I
why
agree,
people
100%.
like, yeah, yeah, we got freedom of speech per se, but even more so now with social media and
But if you say the wrong thing,
technology.
people gonna walk you down, boy.
Right. No, but what I was finna get to or whatever by saying that is like that created even more keyboard warriors feeling like I got the
Right.
right I got the right to say so or say this.
I
Right.
can
Just
hide behind a
but
blank picture and
you
say
feel me?
whatever.
But just like this saying I heard though, you feel me? Just because you can don't mean you should, god damn it. You feel
Right.
me?
And just because you can don't
Integrity
make it right.
is
Yeah,
right.
you know what I mean? So like, yeah, you got freedom of speech, but you should know when to shut up, motherfucker.
Right. And motherfuckers don't
Yeah.
know when to shut up.
Until you tell
Nah.
they ass to shut up.
Shit, you still can tell them. Like a motherfucker got on me on TikTok. He said, it was a not an onomatopoeia. What is it? It was a when you use letters. You know how you say how we do WTF. This motherfucker told me S
Set your
SYBAU.
bitch ass up. I would have holler laughing. I know that shit was funny. Sometimes you can't do
Right,
nothing but laugh.
bruh. I had to think about what it said. I was like,
Right.
did he
This
say
nigga abbreviated this shit to me. The fuck?
right? It said SYBA up. And then I was like, damn, did he say shut your black ass up? Then I was like, you know what? You know what? Hey, fuck it. I'm not even finna get on here and start
That is
arguing with niggas cause
hilarious. Kyla said that's her favorite
The
cuss.
motherfuckers be instead of long winded, them niggas be goddamn it long keystroke like a motherfucker,
right.
man.
Bold. And won't say nothing to you face to face in real life.
Right. Just like you have all I know back when I was on Facebook heavy, I be all friends with all these people. I see your ass in public and be act like I don't know who the fuck you are, bro. This is some digital shit, my nigga. We are not friends in real life.
I
Don't be
would
trying to
wave. I
talk to me.
wave at people. Hey, like I speak.
I
I
don't.
usually try to speak. I do, but I'm not
I
gonna stop
would.
and have no conversation with you. But I will be like, hey, how you doing? Because I don't know. I don't know. It's just
I
me.
wouldn't, cause I'm more like shit. We friends on Facebook. I don't really know you like that, my nigga. Shit, I'm not finna talk to you. We
But
at fucking
usually the
Kroger.
people that I see, it be the people that hell I done went to school with, grew up, we all us, so it don't be like no. It's
Or
just
I know I
we
stayed
good.
seeing motherfuckers in the Kroger on Linwood, bro. That was like in Walmart North. This was back in the day, like when everybody used to be at Walmart. I be like, bro, let me get the fuck out of here. That was my beginning of my antisocial phase.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Let me ask y'all
I have
this
learned
though.
to just walk
Since
away.
we
I laugh at a motherfucker and just walk off, and at the end of the conversation.
let me ask you this, y'all. Since we kind of teeter totting on this topic or whatever, you feel me? Like in in what kind of way could y'all say in y'all own mind? How could you say that in today's terms, like now, do y'all think in what ways is social media being used to oppress us?
Uh oh, good one, good one, good one.
Mm.
I think propaganda, cause I ain't even
For
gonna lie.
sure, for
Like a
sure,
lot
for
of this
sure.
like a lot of this shit we see, you don't know if it's AI or if it's somebody's genuine thought or like
Man, I
we
just
always
said
say,
that. I
or
just
like
said that literally.
yeah, like literally like a lot of this should be
Can't
AI.
tell
AI
what's
done got
real
so
and what's
cold. Yes, AI done got so cold with the shit that you don't even know if this shit is real or not. Like that's scary. That's creepy. But then also you got to think about people who have money and power. They're gonna put certain people out in the forefront to create certain narratives that we may not agree with.
sure.
Right.
Just
I
like
agree.
I don't know, I question a lot of I question everything at this point in life. Like I just don't like I don't know because you just don't know. Just like they having them protests out in LA, that shit to me is reminiscent of Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter started out with a good message, but then once people with money started getting their hands on it, it turned into something else. So you that's out here marching and risking your life, but you next to motherfucking police officers, undercovers, paid actors that have come out to create melee and chaos, but you out here fighting a purpose and think you fighting a purpose, but they out here to do some shit so you can get fucked up and go to jail.
Right. I was
That's
just
oppression.
I was just having that minor conversation with my significant other, kind of vaguely talking about
Yeah.
everything you just said or whatever. Nevertheless, though, like with me being out west, and then y'all know a couple days ago or so, I had put in a group chat that one lit Hispanic clip or whatnot.
Hmm.
One of the reasons why, like, I kind of posted that or whatever, and I waited till today, you know what I'm saying, where I could specify or whatever, or why I kind of
Yeah.
put that in our group chat. With me being out here, out west, you feel me?
Yeah.
Um, I'm seeing all this shit in real time, where y'all don't know, of course, but literally like 20 minutes from me, 15 minutes, we have an ICE detention center, like a
Yeah.
real live ICE detention center, 20 minutes away from me. You feel me? And
Yeah.
motherfuckers be out there campaigning, whether it make the news or TikTok or whatever. You got folks doing some of the same shit that you see in California out here because Colorado has a great proportion of Hispanic or Latino or whatever, group of people that they want to be called. With that being
Right.
said or whatever, I be out here hitting them folks hand over hand over fist over their head with info. Like literally, like I promise you, I have met in my almost 5 years of being out here and being the mindful dude that I am or whatever, and being like I love y'all sisters because I think we all balance each other out. Meaning, like y'all come from that spiritual side, Cammy more of the healing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You with the nutrition and still with the healing side and the aspect of it or whatever. Then, of course, from y'all. Working with the shadow work and all the above. I think we all balance each other out. With me, I'm more of like uh I would like to say or champion myself. I'm more of the militant side of things. I don't die down or whatever. Of course,
Yeah.
th- who I was at first, but of course, all that's still in me. Anyway,
Yeah.
I say all that to say, man, I really be out here hitting these folks over the head with real life information and history to the point where
Hmm.
I make some Hispanic people cry, not in shame or whatever, but just where they just be in shock and they be like, damn, Corey, how are you in, how do you come across so much, of this information or whatever? Because, and I tell them I choose to or whatever. And what I'm saying is like, I'm showing them history where you got more in common with me than you do with the person that you trying to identify with yourself with. You feel me?
Right.
And
Yeah.
showing them all of that and just really getting them to see like I heard this Cuban woman say or whatever on her podcast. She was saying she understand or she understands why black people kind of been sitting this out so
Yeah.
far as and not out there in the streets rallying. I mean, you do got some black people that's out there, but for the most part, the greater majority, the machine of us, we sitting this shit out. That's y'all campaign type shit,
Right.
and rightfully so. But this Cuban lady said, she said it perfectly, and it was so dope to hear it from out of her mouth. She said, "Black people don't owe us nothing. We don't
Mm-mm.
owe. They don't owe us nothing. We
No,
have wrote.
nobody,
We have
nobody.
wrote on the coattails of their movements." For years, when they was out there in the streets campaigning, yelling "Black Lives Matter," when it was at its epic, when it was at its zenith, when it was at its peak, uh, folks went out there with us. It was just us. You feel me?
Right.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Well, you said it like when you said when it was at its peak, but when has it not been at its peak? If you go back and you look at Black people history, we've been rioting and picketing, marching for years.
Right,
Line.
right, right. But when I say
But
that,
you talking about in recent times. In
yeah,
recent
yeah,
times.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm speaking to that specific movement of Black Lives Matter when we was out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When it was at its peak before it was really infiltrated
Before it was taken over.
yeah,
Right.
you feel me? Like any other thing that we create when it get infiltrated and shit. You feel me?
Yeah,
Before that happened.
that's
You
a
know what I'm
form of
saying?
oppression, that infiltration.
So
Hell yeah, of course.
I'm gonna hit you with this though. So y'all, once again, it boils down to right now they're getting rid of who? Hispanics. They're so-called oppressing them, but they also gave them this sense of entitlement and arrogance
Yep.
against us.
Yeah, they put
So,
us against each other when it comes to the working atmosphere. You feel me?
I
Where
went
like
down. I went down. I went down white farmers TikTok, and they was on there crying because they thought that the Black people was gonna come back and work their farms when the immigrants was getting taken away.
hell nah, man, you out your rabbit ass mind.
No,
Hell,
I
you
was on there laughing so hard. I was like, "Are y'all fucking for real? Like, did y'all really think that like a lot of farmers in?" It was one in where this lady was in Texas, she was in Houston, and then there was a lot of them up in like the Northeast. No, West. My bad. Up in the Northwest areas of the United States, where they was just talking about because
and
they
where they
was like,
got all them vineyards and grapevines and where
but
produce
Trump,
come
my
from.
thing was like
Yeah.
Trump said that the immigrants were taking black jobs, so they figured
but
that the blacks were gonna come and get those jobs
no,
when the immigrants
okay.
No,
were
So
gonna.
but
I'm gonna tell y'all. Think about big money. All this little shit that we talking about is bullshit. So what's really going on is white middle class people that are small millionaires, six figures, seven figures, are upset because they are competing with not Hispanics, but they're competing with Indians and Asians.
Yep.
These are the number one. These are the people in the country that make the most money. It's first it's Indians, then it's Asians, then Caucasians, then Hispanics, then black. So what I'm saying is because they people with money always start at the bottom. They start with the lower class and try to cause division and issues with them. That shit don't matter. Really, what the problem is, white people are losing money. And I'm just being real. Middle class white people are losing money, so they have to make it look like, oh, we're just going to start with the Hispanics, those that are illegal immigrants, ICE. But behind the scenes, you don't realize like they're putting in laws where they're finna get rid of people who have visas, student visas. That ain't Hispanics. Who the fuck is that coming over here with
Asian.
student visas? Because this whole tech boom, they had all these
I seen
Caucasians getting
that when
hired.
I went down it. I watched a couple of videos talking about it was an Asian woman talking about that. How
Yeah.
a lot of
So,
the people that be going to
and I'm
those
not taking up.
Ivy League schools and stuff.
Right. And I'm not taking up for them by no means. But when they started pushing that affirmative action, they started complaining and crying, they put a target on them,
Mm-hmm.
Asians and Indians, because they were coming in, getting all these positions based off affirmative action. But once again, they were making it look like, oh, black people are doing this, XYZ. They always point it back on us, when
And
really
that's
it's
a
not
form
about
of
us.
oppression.
These motherfuckers is losing money to these Indians and these fucking Asians. They're coming in, building community, sticking together, and they don't like that shit. They're okay as long as you're below them or you're giving them, they're giving you stuff. But the minute you start taking their stuff, they got a problem. But I digress.
right. That was a mic drop, y'all. That was a mic drop. That pause for the cause was the mic drop. You feel me?
Sexual content.
But like, but like, it's all oppression. You know what I'm saying? But they
Yeah.
like they get us riled up. The lower people, listen, we ain't we mind our business, bro. Literally, we're trying to survive and stay alive. These little jobs we getting make we scraping the scrounge. We're not seeing a big buck. So really, in reality, we matter, but they always make it about us when really that shit is about them.
And
Is
it's
all I'm saying.
really how they make everything about us. All the focus is always on us. It's still another form of oppression.
Of course,
Yeah.
because
of
you
course.
holding us down and well trying to or whatever, and we ain't even the ones that's benefiting.
Right. It ain't even about us. So that once
That's
again it
like
goes
I
to the
was
root.
looking at I was looking at this lady was talking about Title 1 schools, and she was talking about how when people speak on working at Title 1 schools, they always think about poor brown and black people, and when in reality, the funding for Title 1 schools it's like 72% white schools.
Exactly. Just like who majority of people that get food stamps. But once again, like I said, I ain't mean to like go that deep and get that fucking passionate about it. But it's just like, bruh, why do y'all always drag? It's a class thing right now. It's a class thing. It's still race in there. Don't get it twisted. It's always gonna be show up as race. But it's turning into classism, the have and the have nots at this point, to me, in my opinion.
I agree.
So like, and that goes back to a few of the root causes of oppression is like privilege and power. Those in power and those that have privilege are the ones that always oppress. And why not make it about you to make you think that you finna get something from the shit when really you ain't?
At all. That's like that. You just made me think about that last video that you put in our group chat where it was talking about spending the money.
Yeah,
Yeah, to me that's a form of oppression because if I'm getting all this money from doing this work that I'm doing, then I'm just giving it right back to the people that gave it to me. What's the point of
what's
me
the
having
point?
it?
To reference what she's saying, we're talking about like rappers, and they didn't really say athletes, but athletes the same thing too.
It is
Like,
because then they go marry somebody that's okay.
or not even that. You still finna get all this money just to prove yourself to people who really don't give a fuck about you past what you can provide them with, which is what? Entertainment.
Entertainment, exactly.
So they're gonna give you all this money to entertain them, kind of like a court gesture. Yeah, and you in your mind, like, okay, they see me, right. They see me, I'm getting money, so boom, I gotta show them that since I'm getting this money, I gotta spend it to prove who I am. Like, no, you don't. But
You
that's
don't have to
still a
prove
form of
anything
oppression.
to anybody, and that is a form of oppression. And I hate that a lot of people feel like they're like, "Oh, I have to prove this, I have to prove that," and in reality, the only person that you have to prove anything to is yourself.
Yeah. And money
Or
is
just
used,
be better than you was the day before, in my mindset.
yeah. And money's always used as a tool of oppression because shit, you gotta have money to fucking survive in this world.
Money make people do strange things.
Or you don't have to have no money. You can live on the streets.
No, I'm saying money make people do. I just said it make people do strange things. I'm gonna have a little money. I don't want to live on the street. Corey, do you remember what you were saying?
I know. I
Talking
just
in
went. I'm
talking about in
sorry,
the
Corey.
talking about no, you good. Talking about my initial conversation or whatever.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. When I was alluding, I was saying all that stuff to try to make my point or whatever. That me being out here or whatever. One of the main things that I've been doing is just like I say is real life showing Hispanic people or whatever that you have more in common with me than anything. Showing them this historic shit or whatever, and I be tripping out because I like seeing it in their face where they just be flabbergasted that ooh
Mhm.
you got more of me and you got this motherfucker who you trying to support or whatever. They building a wall for to keep you and your folks out, not me. And that's the main thing, and that's the main thing that Cuban lady was alluding to. Excuse me. She said, they can't deport black people. You feel me? They
Right.
can't deport
Yes.
us. You know what I'm saying? And all the plights that they fight for, social injustice or whatever, was on the backs of us or whatever. Period, man. From civil
Right.
rights, from You know what I'm saying? From when the Black Panther Party created, you feel me? You know, they also had little chapters where Hispanics, you feel me? They had their own little
Yeah,
militant group
Fred
that was
Hampton.
yeah, you feel me? That was
Fred Hampton.
that was modeled after the Black Panther Party. You feel me? Like they took a lot of their social cues from
They
us, but
take a lot of
nevertheless,
like the D9 sororities and fraternities. They copy those too.
yeah, you feel me? But then when it comes down to it or whatever, you know, especially me being out here getting up on my Spanish, you feel me? In here, I be listening, goddamn it, once I did negro and then me out there, hey, goddamn it, what you, hey, hey, goddamn it.
Cause
I
they
was, you know,
sure will. They will hit you with that shit frivolously, like
man,
the freely, like ain't no.
it's
It rolls
and
off their tongue too comfortably, bruh.
yeah, you feel me? And when you got negro and here, miate in your ass too, motherfucker, you feel me? Yeah,
And that's
Mexican.
crazy.
Mix only means to be mixed when you going into etymology. You know what I'm saying? The root word and origin of that word. You feel me?
Oh
Mix only
shit,
goes into mix. Mix,
for
mix.
real?
It's like
You
text
feel
me.
me?
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
it's a mixture of people. And that's who they
So
are.
fucking
The indigenous people that once was there, the African slaves that once was there as well. You feel me? And the European conquistadors. You
yep.
feel me? Where y'all get y'all
Because
Spaniard and Spanish from, god damn it, because that ain't
and
your
the
native
Spanish
tongue.
and the Spaniard part is new. That ain't but to me. I know they be want to
In the
say
past
1492.
600 years.
I don't even think it's that far back, cause a lot of black people in Mexico, in Central Mexico.
Yeah,
PBS does a good
that's
job
what
because
I was yeah, that's what I'm alluding to or whatever. There's a
yeah,
town in Mexico called Younger Mexico. You got Guerrero, Mexico. You feel me? Where these are
yeah.
black populated towns.
And these
You
people
feel
are
me?
black. They look like
And
Black Brazilians.
they identify themselves as Afro Latino. You feel me? They know who they
Hmm.
are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, from all through the Caribbean, from salsa, you dealing with African culture. Santeria, you dealing with West African principles. You feel me? Shango, you feel me? You dealing with the originals. You can't exclude us. You feel me from y'all? But they want to though. You feel me? To that PBS show that you was talking about, they was calling us the damn man, that black brother. I love him, man. I love when he do his segments. He ain't did none in a while, but bro, it was called some the black grandmother, something in the closet. And they chose that title because most Hispanic people like to put their blackness in the closet. You
They
feel me?
sure do
Yeah,
because
they
majority
do.
of Mexico is dark black folks. His
Yeah, and
name.
like
Oh man, Henry Lou Gates. Henry
yeah,
Louis
Henry
Gates.
Lou Gates. Yes. I love his segments on PBS for sure. Bro, he the one who cracked that genealogy shit off on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he sure did. I fool with him. I quit. I don't agree with him on some stuff.
Yeah, on social standards and
Social,
shit. But yeah,
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 but
yeah.
he will go and do your genealogy and get deep into it.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, man. But nah, though, me showing that, me teaching them about, you know what I'm saying, about the books, you feel me, that they came before Columbus, me showing them about the Olmecan people, you feel me, and who was there, who predate the Aztec and the Mayan, showing them that this is facts.
Yeah,
Like,
and
and
the
when they see it,
Taino and the Arawak, which were predate the Aztecs and the Mayans. Shit,
yeah,
to
you
be
feel me?
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's crazy. I just be looking at how so many different cultures like to copy our culture, but don't want to be held like you don't want to have the bad things that come along, like the oppression that we get. They
Well,
don't
because
want to
I
take
think a
it.
lot of people know we are the creative battery across the world. Black Americans, whether you're indigenous or so-called African American, whatever your
yeah,
background,
yeah,
if you were
whatever.
born and your
We are
people
the
were from,
creators, for
yes,
sure.
if
For sure.
you
Look,
are
But I'm sick of that. It's irritating.
But
It
you
ain't
want to know
irritating
something?
me because that mean we the
Right,
oldest
right,
motherfuckers here.
right. And then
But
not
I'm
only
saying
that though, when
it
people
irritates me.
ask, when people ask like, how did we get the modern day Negro here in America? Ooh, this is when history, I love history or whatever. I tell them motherfuckers, and then I hit them over the head with the fucking truth. And it's the truth. People out there listening, you can dig and do your own research. As we used to say in the conscious community, don't take my word for it. Look it up. You feel me? With that being said, how you get the modern day Negro? Y'all bred us like how
Hmm.
y'all breed dogs and all of the above. Y'all looked on the slave plantation. Let's get the strongest buck with the smartest and most capable woman, and we gonna put them together to make the optimal amount of Negro. You feel me?
Yeah,
One who got all his teeth and goddamn it, who can stand upright, he a look smart and he can comprehend. Y'all created us. You feel me? That's why we're somewhere more superior. Our African brothers and sisters, they more long-winded because they run, from village to village, shit more spread out or whatever. That's why you got more sprinters that come from there. But when it comes to just natural build and just the natural athleticism that we harbor here in America, y'all bred us and made us to the super Negro that we are, motherfucker. You feel me? So now, goddamn it, you can't deal with us. You know what I'm saying? We don't.
Yeah.
We are that pit that goddamn it don't got vicious on your ass, and now we
And
have
the
them
thing
bit.
is, what about those of us that were here prior to? You know what I'm saying?
They
right.
mixed us all up in the pot. We a
Because
gumbo.
a lot of us, I think,
I think
with this
a
whole
lot of
thing,
us are already here.
we already here. So,
Yeah, I
and
agree
with the
with.
whole myth,
I,
with the whole
I
Memphis
agree with all of
situation,
that. Yeah, I agree with all that. But again, still, they mixed us all together,
yeah.
and here you are, and here we are. You feel me?
Yeah,
And at the end of the day, we are the oldest because we have dominant genetics. You know what I'm
genes.
saying? We are the oldest. We're the oldest, so of course,
I say
you're
it's irritating, but my reason for saying that it irritates me is because you still in the shit, but then you like it's no respect. Like I believe like respect me. If you
Huh.
gonna use my shit, be respectful. I don't give a
yeah.
damn about you copying it. It's just simple fact of you copy me, then oppress me. Like, oh, you want to wear your hair like this, but then you want to say it didn't come from that. Like, come on, dog, be
Man,
for
but we still got bitches who out there. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. But I'm being real. God damn it. Nah, fuck that. Nah, I'm being real. That's what we here for. You feel me? Because it's a difference. It's a difference out there. You feel me? It's a difference and whatnot. But I'm speaking to the ignorant motherfuckers and whatnot, man. We still got motherfuckers who will put that horse hair and that other shit in their head, and so that gives them the other people the same. You know
but
what I'm
it's
saying? That
not. But
same.
it's
That,
not.
that,
It's
that,
not.
that,
It's still a culture though.
yeah, yeah, but
Like
still,
if,
you feel
if
me?
your hair is not designed, if you wear braids in your hair like that and your shit fall the fuck out, that means your hair not designed for that.
The same, but that's the same with a girl who putting that bullshit and that shit fall out. Your head ain't designed for that. Your
Yeah,
ether hair ain't designed to be straightened out like that. You feel me?
I get it.
It's that same shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say they got that same ammunition in their hand when it comes to that particular topic. You
Right.
feel me?
So they can reverse it and say, well, you put
I
weave
mean,
in
I
your hair,
get
so
it, but
why can't I braid my hair?
it's still, like I get what you saying as far as I can say, well, you doing this when you're doing this, so that therefore I can do this, but at the same time, we originate all of this shit though. So all
Yeah,
I'm
facts.
saying is,
And but I'm gonna say
if
this to
you're
say,
going to,
ain't no honor among.
I don't care about you copying, but don't be disrespectful about the
Well,
whole.
but as the saying goes, there's no honor among thieves. So anytime you got a thief, if they ain't got no honor, they not finna give you
I
no
ain't
respect for
saying.
shit.
I'm just saying what irritates me. I don't give a fuck
Yeah,
what
I
other
know,
Right.
people
but
do.
I'm just saying this because it ain't no honor among
I
thieves.
know. I'm just saying that shit irritate me. Like, come on, dog. Let's be like, just be for real, man. Quit lying. Like, you lying to yourself.
We be wanting some
Hey,
recognition or
I don't
some
even want no
can
acknowledgement from
recognition.
people.
I just want you to be respectful.
can I can,
Or
can I
Recognize me
can,
for
can
shit.
do I sound bad or?
Nope.
Is this a part
You
of,
ain't
or no,
even.
no, 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 no? Listen to me on this one though. You feel me? Like, or is this a part, has oppression played a role in the way that I feel when I say this? That, like how you say, you know what I'm saying, man, like, to a degree, I feel like they owe us some sort of respect. I'm at the level where I don't even give a fuck. I don't even want your respect. You
I don't
feel me?
either.
No,
I
I
don't
mean,
even give a
I'm
fuck.
not saying
No, no,
that
no.
I
I get
want
what
your
you saying. I get what you're saying.
respect.
But
I'm
but
just saying
but
in general. Like, come on,
right,
bro.
right.
Real.
Right, but I'm saying, like, when I say that, I'm not slighting, you know what I'm saying, what you're saying or whatever, none whatsoever.
Right.
You feel me? But I'm saying, am I wrong as a black male in that and speaking to that militant that's still there in me? Because most definitely, man, I tell niggas, and they look at me different, and they look at me kind of funny when I say this shit. I'm like, bro, if this shit ever hit the fan, nigga, you don't want to be around me. You hear me? Hey, nah, for real, cause I'ma beat on my chest and I'ma be that real militant brother. Nigga, if you ain't with it, I'ma knock your ass off. You hear me? And y'all better listen to me now, cause I'm telling you now, that shit ever hit the fan, you better circle around
Hey,
me.
hey,
Cause
it look
goddamn
like
it,
hey, it's looking like it's about to hit the fan.
hey, bro, I ain't gonna be playing no games out there though. You feel me? Cause they ain't gonna be playing no games with us. You
That's
feel me?
right.
Okay.
And that's why, like, what you saying. That's how I feel. It's coming out in a different. I don't know how to. Like, I really just. I'm
You're
real.
just saying it in a womanly way.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
nurturing way, which ain't nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that. You feel me? That's who you are,
but I will sit up. That's all.
as you
Like,
should.
I
Yeah,
just try to say, like,
yeah.
like, come on, bro,
I want all the smoke.
a little bit, but I don't, cause I be tired sometimes.
But no,
Hey,
like,
what?
dead ass though. Like, I think about shit like that. Like, damn, man. Like, has society desensitized me to the level like where, yeah, I really don't give a fuck in this day and age.
I ain't
Like,
never
like,
got
like.
fucked.
Like that post I shared in our group with our good brother from the podcast, what is it, grits fish and grit, damn man, forgive me if
Yeah, fish and grits
fish and
and
grits, yeah
eggs.
man.
Yeah,
Hey
Deontay
man, like,
Cows.
yeah.
yeah, I like my young brother said, man, he was like, man, I don't get no fuck about no Anunnaki and none of that bullshit, but what I can prove is what these motherfuckers doing to us right now, nigga. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like,
Yeah,
that I can't prove, nigga. This, when I kick this history shit, nigga, that's a motherfucking fact, nigga. You
That's
feel
some
me?
shit I'm seeing right now. I'm
On my
witnessing.
life.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't worried about what he say, man. I love that, man. I ain't worried about going to the Grand Canyon and seeing if I can walk from here to Africa. Bitch ass nigga, I ain't worried about that shit. The fuck? No damn we in a dome, nigga, flat, man, nigga, fuck that goofy ass shit, nigga. Talk
We
about,
in the firmament, nigga. That's
man,
it.
yeah, nigga. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't want to hear that goofy ass shit, nigga. Let's talk about some real shit, nigga. Sorry, y'all
Because
out there.
once
I'm kind
again,
of
hey,
going in or
but
but
something.
he
y'all
did
still
make a valid
tied
point
in
on that.
together though. Like,
But he did make a valid point on that because that keeps you out of dealing with the reality of what
Yeah, man.
is
And
really
that's what I'm
going on.
and that's what I'm with the tangible shit, nigga. The shit that
Yes.
I can touch, motherfucker.
That's most black men. Most black men
yeah,
are like more tangible. The women, we kind of go out and because we are the more we have different feel, and I'm not saying that men don't have that. We are multifaceted. Men dealing what they real men dealing what is tangible, what they can see and what's in front of them. And that's a good thing. That creates the balance. That brings the balance. Because that's how my husband is. He's
Facts.
the realist. Like, he's anchored in, I can't deal with what I see and what's right in front of me. I understand the other shit you talking about, and I'm cool with it. But right now, all I can see is X, Y, Z. What we gonna do? This what we gonna. This the plan.
Man, that part. You feel me? And that's why I say I go back to what I said in the beginning, starting my statement or whatever, when I was like, I love how we balance each other. You feel me?
Yeah,
Where I can't come super pro, you know what I'm saying? That. You feel me? But y'all can balance me off and be like, nah, bro, hold up, hold up. I know you want to beat the drums of war, but let's strategize. You feel me? You feel me?
Sometimes you need to beat the drums of war. I'm not against it because
No, no facts, but at that same time, even during those principles, see, we think of European war tactics where we ain't listen to the woman, but us coming from
yeah.
us as a culture of people, or whatever, you played a vital part in how I move. You feel me?
Hey,
So
I
that's
ain't even gonna lie though. I've been watching Game of Thrones, y'all, and not to cut you off, Corey, but a lot of
yeah.
stuff that they do is based off of they women. They women have way more control than they put off,
Yeah,
in
in the
my
bedroom.
opinion,
That yeah, when they come home, like modern day times, like on some real nigga shit.
because they
Who
stroke their egos. The women stroke their egos to get
yes,
them to do what they need to do. Black men don't really be needing their ego stroke like that. Well, let me rephrase that. I gotta think about how I'm gonna say that.
yeah, in certain in a different aspect, in a different
Yeah.
aspect,
Yeah,
a
they
different.
because white men when they get that ego stroke, they finna go blow up some shit. Oh, she done told me I need to. My wife told me I need to do this. They'll go do it. Black men are more. What's the word? I
Man,
ain't got a word for it.
you motivate us on a spiritual level. It's a more spiritual thing. You know what I
Right.
mean? From the words of the person that you share your domicile with, man, them words can either make or break you. Dead ass, man. Y'all can
But
make a
most
nigga.
black men have ego. They don't have their ego is not as fragile as
Ah,
Ah, no, I would
you.
like I concur.
Yeah, it's fragile. Y'all ego be
as
fragile.
as a
that
black no,
shit
being
be
real,
like
but
baby glass, nigga.
no,
What?
being real,
Baby
being
glass.
real, and a lot of black men don't want to be honest or whatever, because we are part of that generation where we will speak to mental health and
Yeah,
recognizing the cues that hey, something wrong with me type shit. You feel me?
yeah,
Where we can vocally and willingly speak on this shit. But we come from historically where people you as a man, you better suck that shit up type shit. You feel me?
yeah,
I
Man,
think it's
we
more men that'll hit you with that suck that you need to just be a man than it is the ones that's in a position that you're in now, Corey, where you're willing to look at yourself.
yeah,
Just from
you feel
being
me?
out of moving
I'm
around
a,
and
I'm a,
moving about. I don't think a lot of men are there yet.
nah, they ain't tapped in
and
and shit.
That shit is
they
Nah,
scary.
not, and I'm only saying this based off of my experience with working with them. Their egos are very like if with them
I just think that's a
it's
man
always a
thing. I
pissing
don't think
contest.
that's a. I think most men have their egos are is out of control.
but
Yeah,
no,
I don't know. White
but
men
I,
egos be real out of
It be
control. Like
different. I be laughing,
it's a
walking away
different type
from.
of ego.
It's
but what I
different.
would,
It feels
but
different, I think, because of the interaction or the understanding culturally. I think that's the difference. It's how I
right,
understand you culturally and how I can speak to you and be like, yeah, I'm a fool with you like this, or just based on how I communicate with you because you understand me the same way I understand you.
right.
And it's not there's a disconnect, like with me trying to navigate around a white man's ego is gonna be different than me trying to navigate around a black man's ego because
Most definitely, most definitely,
I don't understand that. But a white woman is gonna understand that white man.
Right. To get him
right.
to move
Yeah,
Cause
she
she
and do
understand
how
her,
she
cause,
needs to.
cause she understand her father, her uncle, and her
exactly.
granddaddy. You
That's the
feel
that's
me?
the
Yeah.
Her
reason
brother.
I date black men because I understand my brothers and my father. So why would I date somebody else? But
They're
okay,
more manipulative with their tactics, I think.
in general, yes.
For
Yeah.
sure. But no, to get back to that, what we was just saying of the mind state of the black man or whatever. I have to be honest though. I think a lot of us are fragile, whether we are standing upright, whether we are successful. You feel me?
Yeah.
We come from broken situations. So therefore, whether you identify it, acknowledge it, or do the necessary work to get yourself in a better predicament, we have super fragile because we come from fragile fucking situations. You feel me?
Or
Where
do we
But
keep
let
it
me ask
because
you
we
this:
come
so
from
why is it
fragile?
not understood? Why y'all can't see the same thing when it comes to women? Like we coming from that same situation.
because society, we dealing with a European society again, with some shit that we can't even overstand still.
Okay,
At
so
the
it all goes back to what oppression. Because
yes,
why are we
yes,
fragile? What causes the fragility amongst us? Because at the end of the day, we are put in situations
yes.
that where we are exploited, we're marginalized. These are the five types of oppression: exploited,
The pillar,
marginalized,
the pillar,
powerlessness, cultural imperialism, and violence. So after you
Everything we have experienced since the time we got off the ship, or the time they came off the ship and encountered us, or whatever level that you want to say it, we have been experiencing that for a half of a millennia here in these northern Americas,
yeah.
and that's a fact. A,
and
a,
so
a,
it
ha-
But
a
takes
it's
a
half a
lot of
honestly
work
millennia.
it's so bad that like if all of it's if we as a culture know that, why are we so hard on each other?
because we have been
Like why do
psychologically
men and women,
Yes,
trained
it's like
so
they
it's
many
did.
years,
They did a number on us, man. They did a number.
I
and
mean,
for so
I
many
understand
years,
that, but if we understand it, like most people understand what we went through, but
it's
the
easier
level
said
of
than done
stupidity,
sometimes.
huh?
It's easier said than done. And then you have to
It
think
is.
about it. What we talked about earlier, you have the internet, social media. People really be believing what they see on the fucking computers, man.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Regardless, we talk shit and we laugh about it because we know better. We grew up in a generation that didn't have computers. We had to learn shit out of books. We had to research shit, and we had to actually. We grew up in the generation that had to use. We didn't have technology, and we had technology. So we have a little better grasp on the concept of knowing the internet ain't fucking real. But it's a lot of people out there
But
that
real
take
life,
this
a
shit.
lot of times ain't real neither.
Wait,
Like
say that again.
real life ain't a lot of times real neither. If you look at the mask that people wear,
The
Yeah,
what?
that goes
yeah,
into. I get what you're saying. Metaphorically speaking, that goes into the propaganda. You feel me? Hell,
Yeah.
they
I'm a,
you
I'm a live my life
news,
this certain
all of that
way.
type shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
But
but it's still oppression, though.
it's exacerbated with the internet and social media.
Yeah,
Is
yes, I
my
yeah.
100%
point.
agree with that. But it's still,
Because
if I'm seeing this on social media, then I want to try to live there. But that's not really what I need to be doing.
so just like the topic of all this red pill shit and women should do this and men should do this relationship talk, all this shit is based off of fucking money. Me personally, I cannot listen to that stuff because I know what my personal relationship looks like. But it's so easy to get caught into it and be like, well, damn, and you start listening because some of it sounds good and some of it makes sense. But in reality, I can't listen to nobody on the internet tell me how to be in a relationship or a friendship or any type of ship with anybody because
Okay,
it's the fucking internet. Because I don't know where you're coming from. And I learned this in
everybody's
psychology.
perception is different. So if I'm
Exactly.
listening to you explain how that's like you can listen to some things and you can well for me I can listen to some things and be like okay that makes sense. I understand why this person is saying what they're saying because they're coming from this perception.
But do
But
we
if
really
I'm
know
not
if that's
coming, but if I'm
but
not
we,
coming from that perception, then I can't. Like I can listen to what you're saying. That's just me being a communicator. I can hear what you're saying, but that don't mean I have to agree.
but
I can
for
still
Right.
me,
hear it,
the
but I don't have
internet,
to agree.
I don't know where your perception is coming from because it's the internet.
I'm
I don't
saying
know you.
if no, you don't have to know. You don't have to know to have a communicate. Like I can communicate with a motherfucker I meet in Kroger. That's just me. I'm not saying I'm finna go out there and make build no whole solid ass relationship with that person that I met in Kroger. But if it's something that we just sitting and we talk about, and I can understand it from their perception, just by communicating with them. But this,
Right, but you're talking person to person. I'm talking about on the. I was
it
just
don't
using.
matter if it's on a computer. Like if it's somebody in the comments and I see something and I might comment on their comment, then I can understand from their perception because they're gonna
Yeah.
speak from their perception.
Well,
That don't mean
I
I
was
have to take
saying
what they're saying and apply it to my life.
right because they have their perspective, but I'm saying from a standpoint of a lot of people on the internet talking and they not really giving a fuck. They not talking about for perspective purposes. They're talking to get likes and get money.
But it's still coming from their perspective. Like if
It's but
the
not
people that's
necessarily
liking it is the
shit.
motherfuckers that agree with whatever they saying.
Not
So
necessarily. Shit,
I do,
content is
bro.
content, and
I
the
do. I
intention
mean,
behind it.
yeah, you might not agree with that same thing with music. I might not agree with this shit, but I know what's gonna sell, so I'm gonna tell bitches to pop their pussy and niggas to throw money on it. It's the same. What's the difference? It's still all of that shit, whether it's podcasts, niggas talking about how women should carry themselves, music, whatever. All of that shit is a form of oppression because I'm telling you how you should and shouldn't act when in reality I know I don't even conduct myself like that. So why
Right.
would I
That's
tell
what
you to
I'm
do it?
saying. That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
Why would I listen to somebody? Because I know what I'm seeing in my everyday life,
But that's
and a lot of that
integrity
shit y'all
though.
be
People
talking
don't have
about don't make
integrity.
sense.
They just want money. They don't give no fuck about
Exactly.
other people. Don't give a fuck about
That's
other people.
that's what I'm saying, and we're saying that because we know better. But what about people that don't know better?
Then
That's
they need
why.
to shut the fuck up.
So, and to the point of what you were saying, with you when you were asking, uh, damn, I just forgot.
Why are we like that? And I mean I
Yeah,
sometimes
why we
I
like
ask
that when we know
questions
better?
just to have just to prolong the conversation. Like I understand it. I'm just
I know
saying
it. I'm just Yeah, I
it's
know, and that was
disheartening.
I was saying all that to your point.
Yeah, but it's still for me. It's still disheartening to try to go out and form relationships or make or have interactions with people when you know it's not genuine. Like, come on, I can see that
Right.
you're
Yeah,
not being genuine at all.
yeah.
Just leave me the fuck alone.
And then too, you got to think about it. Just like with porn and sex and this is just an example. Sex on You think about how watching porn rewires your thinking. Sitting on the phone all day watching, listen to motherfuckers talk rewires your thinking.
It does.
Yeah. Further desensitize you to that shit. You
It
feel me?
does.
Right. So that's a form of oppression. Like you
It,
listening, because
but
I
it
know for me
also
on TikTok.
it gives you the opportunity to add on to. I don't want to go nowhere. I'm just gonna stay at home because I can just look at the people on my phone. I don't have to interact with nobody.
Exactly. So you got a whole
So
generation who
that's
be thinking that
oppression
shit.
leading into depression.
By design.
Yeah, that's
All by
exactly
design.
Right.
crazy. So
And
let's
that's what
ask.
I
Let
was.
me ask you- Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Corey.
No. You good. Just real quick, I was just gonna say. And then that kind of boils. I love how we kind of always come back and revert back to shit. But nevertheless, though, that goes back into what I was saying, how we got the modern day Negro. You feel me? Again, out of oppression. You feel me? You out of design. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like man, you know how we can lift up our toys and you will see made in Taiwan type shit. Nah, nigga, when you lift up my shirt, you gonna see made in the United States, bitch ass nigga. You feel me? You
Ain't no
made
damn
this.
wrote on the bottom of my motherfucking foot.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, but
But let
no,
me
but
ask y'all this though. So, in conclusion, how do y'all think? What do we need to do to eradicate oppression? Like, what do you think?
man,
Be done. I personally think, like when I was just talking about how the interactions between men and women, it needs to be adjusted. Like there's absolutely no reason for black men and black women to act the way we act, even if it's not real in like real life, but on the internet. Like that
And
shit is
even
that
first, in
shit
order
is
to do that,
embarrassing.
you have to love yourself. A lot of motherfuckers don't love themselves. They are
I
not
agree
self-aware.
100%.
It starts with self. In order
man.
for a collective to do some shit, it starts with self, and you have to realize you are part of the collective. Here lately, everybody has been focusing on individual. It's me, bitch, me against
But
me.
you can't build no community focusing on individual. I mean, like you do, you have to work on yourself. Like self is so important. But in order to have anything, you gotta work with somebody else. With even if it's working with other women or working with other men or working with men and women together, you still gotta do this shit.
But you have
You
to
know,
also have self-esteem and be okay to work. Agree to
That's what
disagree.
I'm saying.
Motherfuckers'
But
self-esteem
you
be
have to
shitty,
work on self.
and when
That's
they
like
get
me,
you
in
was
these
talking about the
groups,
other day when you was at that game and you was talking about how women look at each other.
they
Just
instantly shut themselves off from one another.
I be complimenting like I done got so many crazy. I be like, you look so pretty today, and like I don't know you from a can of corn. That was so country. I don't know. But still, like I can compliment you. Like I'm not trying to
Right.
cheat on you because I really like men. But if I think that you're pretty, and I'm gonna tell you, you look so pretty today. But
Or
people
I ain't
Right.
really,
even got to compliment you. Just speak. If you staring in my mouth and looking at me like you know me, then like, what's up? How you doing, girl?
hey,
I
how
don't
you
know
doing?
you.
Yeah, that simple
How's
as
your day going today? How you enjoying the weather, girl? It's hot as
right,
fish grease out here. You
man.
know, and that's
For
something that,
real.
and that's a topic for another day. And
Yeah.
we're gonna have to get your perspective on it, Corey. How black men, because black men are not that fucking anal. Black men are nice, way
Are they?
nicer. I think
Yeah.
so. They're more open when I mean, unless they in
I
some
think
like
women
beef or some
are
shit.
pitted towards each other in
When you say that,
competition.
when you say that, like, are you talking about like so far as in like, is it easy for a black man to compliment each other type shit?
Oh
Or
no,
just
no. I'm just
befriend
saying,
each
speak.
other or be friendly,
Whenever
cordial.
y'all in public. I have never seen two black because and when I say this, like these are black women I've never met, will never see in my ever again in life. But just walking in a building by myself in a gym, every the black women in there stopped, stared me down until I got to the stairs and was looking at me like, who the fuck is she? That's what I'm
But
talking about. Black
sometimes
men don't do
people
that
be
shit.
intimidated by
Nah.
shit.
You know, one thing we do
Niggas do
do,
that too, cause I've seen
one,
it.
right, right, yeah, to it. But like when we know, one thing I can say, I have noticed, and y'all too, and we may just and be take the time to sit there and be like, "Ooh, this happened," because it's such a common thing to do, but it's unsung, is what I'm trying to say. So you don't never really give it no necessarily no validation of what happened
Right. You don't
in
give
that
it no
moment.
second thought.
But what I'm trying to say is us being in places where we know we don't necessarily I can't say necessarily belong, where we know we outnumbered. So when we see
So
each
move
other,
together.
when we see each other, we be it's like an unsung code. We speak to each other, whether it's a head gesture. I see you.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
But I
In the
think
mid
most
in
black people do that anyway,
yeah,
though.
and that's what I'm getting to. Yeah, I
Most
think
black people, but black women don't do it to each other. Black
No,
women do
I
not.
go. I think some do, but not to the extent that men
Shit,
do.
most of them
Women
will not.
women come off as I don't know. I just think it depends on the woman and your reception.
And I think that's a topic we need to delve into another day, a deep dive on that one, because that irks my soul for real. But I
word.
digress.
Yeah,
Hey, that's tight to hear that though. You feel me? Yeah, that'll be a dope little conversation. And I learned something too. You know what I'm saying? Hearing it
Yeah,
from,
and that's what I'm saying. We get views, both viewpoints, because that's how you start fighting oppression. First
for sure.
with self-love and
just
self
maybe
accepting others and not getting into these groups because so many people are before anything, you is motherfucking black. You are black. You are your sex and then you're black. But before anything here, you a black woman, black man. So
right.
I
I
just
think
say
you are
before
your color. When it comes to
first.
us, you are black, and then you are whatever your sex is.
Exactly. So that's how you combat oppressions. When you start having those conversations about us agreeing to disagree, speaking, being more open towards one another. But it's my opinion. In
Sure.
my opinion.
Well, we had 110. Y'all want me to read this?
Yeah, player, cause I done got
Copy.
ate the fuck up and it's fireflies out here. Hey, I
It's
think this was the
what?
hottest day of the summer, y'all. Even though
Well,
we
it's
2 days
that's
into
the second
something.
day of the summer. Ain't it?
It was hot today, hot as fish grease.
Was I was
Okay.
gonna work in my yard, and I was like, never mind, I'm straight. Fuck that. I sat outside though, but I wasn't finna be working in a mess around and have a damn heat stroke. But
Heat
anyway,
stroke, man.
Right.
or the flu. For being too hot, feel like you got the flu because you done overheated. But okay.
Man.
Um, I am root of your root, soil of your soil, bone of your bone, and blood of your blood. From the families of the Shanklins, Jones, Fullers, Meriwether, Curran, Johnson, Dodson, Morgan, Davis, McNeil, Hill, and Crutchfield. We thank you for your guidance, protection, wisdom, and clarity. We understand, overstand, and understand the strength and power that's being provided to us. We accept the responsibility of the gifts passed down to us. We walk in your strength and power today and every day, Ashe.
I
I
say.
say, I say.
Y'all hold that shit in the road this week, man. We might be next time we talk, motherfucker might be in inflamed, embroiled in some bullshit overseas.
Uh,
Bye, boo.
for sure. Peace.